All right, so we're back, and this one's going to be on heel, and I was asked about loose leash heel walking. So when we're teaching a dog to walk with us, whether they're on a leash or off the leash eventually, you're teaching them to walk in a certain location. So I want that nose, that ear lined up around this vicinity. So imagine a big circle or a box. They're standing in that box, all four paws. They're not on the outside, they're not ahead, and they're not behind. But when we first start training, we're teaching them that the four paws in the box is where your payoff is. Good job, good dog, everything's good. So you really want to reward that. But what's really important about this is if I have a bunch of things in my hand, sometimes parents will have other dogs, other kids, and they'll go out the door and want to start walking and expect the dog to then, boom, stay in that leash. Not a puppy. That's not going to happen no matter how much training. It would take months. An adult dog, even at a year old, will still kind of play with you on that one. So you want to, they get really good, they listen, but I'm talking about every single time that's not gonna happen. So I know when I go out, a great example, I took the dogs to the beach yesterday, and my dog loves birds. She learned it from my old shepherd that has now passed, but that was like something she carried on. I know that, and I wasn't even thinking about it. We got to the beach, and I had both dogs in my hand, and Scarlett's like, oh, birds, and just about jerked my arm off. Now, she knows better than that, but I also do too. I already knew I wasn't prepared for training her, and she's just 1.5 years, so she's a baby. So that being said, when we're working on leash walking, we need to know where do we want them. Left side is where I taught her. When I come to a stop, I'm pretty consistent of always making her stop and sit. When we're walking, I look at my environment. I don't want to see a bunch of people and then walk right into them. Or you've seen the videos where there's kids playing. I don't walk right up to the group because they'll all either crowd in or I'll set Taffy up for failure until she's a little more mature and or we've practiced it enough together, which she's been doing great. So I went to the beach and did it with her there. I've gone to restaurants, but I ask people not to, I make sure they understand she's in training, so please, if she gets up, let me get her back in a sit, and please don't get too excited, let me get her in a sit, and I have my treat out, and I'm like, good girl. Well, they're, because that little move after a few weeks isn't necessarily gonna take it away. They're gonna bounce back, and if somebody pets, which people do it all the time, they're giving her $1,000 for that behavior. You have to be giving her another preferred behavior to pay attention and follow you and sit. So I might stop if I were visiting with you. I'd say, hey, go out and let's stage this. You guys just stand there and play. And I'm gonna go out and start leash walking and stopping and having her just focus on me. My reward will be over $1,000. It'll probably be a little chicken intermixed with dog food, intermixed with beef treats. So I've already got that plan taken care of. I know what my body language needs to be, and that's the next part I'm gonna tell you about. I work on training parents on what human body language is. Every person with a dog you will watch who hasn't trained will walk up, be pulled, and keep following the dog. So the dog is being taught, I will follow you, and you're the leader, and you take me wherever you want, and when you get there, you get whatever is great. People kissing on you, people, whatever it is. I've just conditioned being pulled and not being focused on at all. So step one in any dog when you get them in your hands is knowing, okay, my body language becomes a leader. I know where we're gonna walk. Even if it's around the house, I know where we're gonna walk. I'm gonna ask you every time I come to a sit, or I don't come to a sit, you come to a sit when I stop. I'll treat you for that. Then I will continue through the house and keep that a 5-minute session and we're done. Then I'll do it again in the backyard. Then I'll do it again down the sidewalk. So I'm setting up my environment, but I'm learning new things. Second part to what parents accidentally do is they'll have the dog on the leash, they'll start walking, and instead of the distraction and turning away as they're training the dog to pay attention, they'll turn into the dog, and now the dog is moving over there, and they're not really leading the dog at all. So you will learn with me, turn away, ask for the heel. When they're in that box, you're going to reward in that box. You come to a stop and you prepare them to sit, and your reward, everything's with you. So that is first. You don't want to do this in a party zone or a high distraction zone. You want to do this in an environment like you would a little kid, teaching them how to do something for the first time. I tell parents, because it's you're learning it, they're learning it, and now they're learning it, they have to do it at home. It's not just at boot camp. So now, wow, I'm not coming back in and life is like it was. It's this new style. And you also want to set it all up for constant success so you're not stressed. I do this in the morning, I'll do it in the afternoon. That's their exercise time, and that's their high energy time. We call it the puppy witchy hour because the hormones are just going crazy, and they're going to go crazy, and they need a lot of exercise in that window of time anyways. So you plan, if you can, with your lifestyle. Like I said, I'll walk around the house and do this. It doesn't always have to be, I would never recommend just going out for a walk and doing it. But I know in your notes, I don't think you had yet. So I'm going to have you do this at home, inside the home, walk around. You're going to turn what direction when she's not looking or paying attention? Away to the right, because she'll be on your left. Loose leash walking comes after you've gotten this successful. If you can't get her to listen to her name, respond, and pay attention, which now she knows, but now you're learning our style, you don't want to be moving into right away loose leash. You got to have all that first. So I'm going to get her up and let's do it. And she's trying to nap right now. Taffy, heel. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Good heel. Good girl. So as she's turning away with me, if you see this right here, good girl. Sit. That's the attention. Now she's really tired right now, just like laying down. We've never done it in this room before. We've done it outside, as you've seen. Free, free. And everything ends with a free, because it's either a new command or the release word free. So that there are some constant. Remember, when we're training, I tell parents there's 3 C's: clear, communication, consistently. There's 3 D's: duration, distraction. So I have to determine how long am I going to do this in this type of distractive environment, and distance. I can't build distance on anything. Like I asked her to heel and she got up and came and I was away. That's distance. But in the beginning, I would never have been that far away from her until I could get it right here on my left side. And so you've got to look at all of those as you work with her. It's not hard. It's just I'm making it really broken down so that you understand, jumping into it right away would be right where we're at. First, the name, the environment, the treat system, the plans on who and how everyone's going to react once she walks home. Like when she gets home, I'd have everybody greet her, but I'd be, look, let's let her everybody be quiet. Ignore her for the first 10 minutes, no matter how hard that is for a child. Drop some treats and say her name. Make it still low key. She goes to jump on you. Turn your back, off, walk away, come back, and ask for a sit. So remember, it's a little kid, all excited to see everyone. We have to help her out. She might go right back to jump, jump, jump as hard as she can. If I'm sitting on the chair, get up. Because that could have been a play zone. I don't know. I'm just going over the things that usually happen in a home. So if everybody's playing on the couch and then they don't want her jumping on them, that's 2 different messages. So we have to make sure now everyone's giving her the way for her to be supported in the behaviors we now want, like no chewing on the fingers, no jumping on you guys, no taking food off the table. She didn't even tempt it the other day when I had it up there. But I've worked with her a lot in all those different areas, and she's on leash in my home a lot, and that is going to be my next message. I don't care if you get a little leash that you cut the handle to, or They sell them where they're just little taglines. And that's just why you have your eye on her. This isn't when you're gonna go do something and you can't observe her. That's when she should be in the crate or in a play area that's enough where she's already potty trained, already gotten her stuff. I give her a chew bone and then I do my thing. All right, thanks.